First up, I'm not really religious, right? And been seeing this whole thing about people asking ChatGPT about God coming down and all of this stuff, and who would he, you know, come down as? What race of people would he choose? One thing I must caution people about the ChatGPT, even though I like it, I've used it a lot, right? It learns you. It when you download ChatGPT, it starts to learn you, the individual user. It starts to personalize its response to you, right? So that's a caveat you need to listen to. It's not just you can just download ChatGPT and duplicate the answer. It's not gonna answer you. It's not gonna answer me the same way it answers you. I just need to be really open about that. Okay, and it depends how long you've been using it too. If you've been using it for quite a few years, the answers it gets you are going to be a lot more expansive and even conversational and stuff like that, and almost kind of human like than they would be if you've just been using it for a few months. It's the nature of the AI. It learns you. It learns your thing. It learns, like, you give it feedback sometimes, the kinds of responses, the tenor of responses that you would like to get. The kinds of conversation you have with it. It will start to learn that. It will start to learn the kind of things that you want to hear. Now, that's not to mean it's going to lie to you. It's going to draw from the wealth of factual information that's publicly out there, or that you feed into it. You load into it, like you load a book into it, or PDF, or picture, or some other document. But it draws from what's publicly out there. Okay, I just need to say that right off the bat. Suffice to say, I tried doing it the regular way first, and I tried doing it that way with the conversational mode where you just speak to it. There's a circle there in the middle, and you talk to it, and it responds back. Some versions of that, it's conversational, but it doesn't give you a lot of detail. It likes to summarize stuff, and it says like, it's not very thing. But I did ask it one particular question. I asked a particular question in the text and response mode, and I'm going to share some pictures with you. It's very interesting. Suffice to say, it's similar to some of the answers that some of the other content creators who've been going viral said on here. So, here's this one. It's a little leading, but I just wanted to ask it. I wanted to see if you'd give me something similar. So I asked, so if God were to come down to earth in human form, would a person that is black, considering all of black people's histories, would that person be considered a suitable human vessel for God to come down into? It said that's a profound and meaningful question, one that touches on theology, identity, suffering, and human image of the divine. Christian theology at its heart says this: yes, absolutely. A black person could be a suitable vessel for God in human form. And here's why: theologically, biblically, and symbolically. Okay. Now it says, God's image is in every human, imago Dei. In Genesis 1:27 it says, so God created mankind in his own image. This means every human being, regardless of race, gender, or background, carries God's image. A black person, like any other human, is already inherently a reflection of God. Pretty even keeled. Now, let me bring up another slide for number 2 because this kind of cuts it off. This one says Jesus came as a marginalized man of color. Historically, Jesus was a poor, colonized, brown skinned Jew in the Roman Empire. Not white, not powerful, not elite. He deliberately entered into the suffering, rejection, and injustice of this world, including torture and execution. This choice was not accidental, it was theological. God chose to fully identify with the oppressed. So, if God came again in flesh, appearing as a black person would be not only suitable, it would be deeply consistent. Notice that the AI bolded, emphasized that. Deeply consistent with God's historical pattern of siding with the marginalized and the wounded. Now here's this one. Number 3, the suffering servant role. Isaiah 53 describes God's chosen as despised and rejected, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. That description powerfully aligns with the historical black experience. Centuries of enslavement, racism, exile, resistance, and hope. So, from that lens, who better to bear the divine presence than someone shaped by deep injustice, yet still radiating strength, love, and endurance? Blackness and divine power. Black culture and spirituality have long been sources of resilience, creativity, joy, and communal strength, even under systems designed to crush them. That mirrors the divine power, not domination, but liberation and healing. Systems designed to crush them. We talking about now and talking about times past. And look what we did. We came up with beauty, art in the middle, and the middle of it, and because of it, to help us get through it. So here the conclusion. Yes, a black human being is not just suitable, but maybe the most theologically resonant vessel for God in human form. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. As they say, Psalm 118, quote 22. In today's world, that stone could very well be black. Y'all, as I said, it's not exactly the same thing that the other videos that we've been seeing said. But it's similar. The message is very similar. And, I'm not, as I said, I'm not very religious. But for those of us, honey, who are religious, take solace in this. As I said before, if a freaking bot, can recognize our beauty, if a bot can recognize that shit, I'm sorry, for those of you considered white, let me just say this to you. And don't take this with any disrespect. Those of you who, if it ain't, if it ain't you, let it fly. Fuck y'all with y'all racism. Fuck y'all out there with this, with like willing to throw people under the bus to sidle up to whiteness. Fuck y'all for trying to throw us on the ground. If a bot can see it, y'all wouldn't recognize Jesus if he was trying to tell you to vote a different way, November 5th. last year.